Dan, let me just get something off my chest here right at the very start of today's podcast on the Woodhounds.
Oh, all right. You sound a little fired up. I'm ready.
Here we go. Literally, basically, fundamentally,
as you can see.
Actually, yeah. I took a creative writing class, and my one professor said that the road to hell is paved with adverbs. Yeah, so she would always say that you cannot use adverbs to describe, intensity or feelings or emotion. She said, like if you say, this guy was really weak, that tells you nothing when you're writing. But if you were to say his foot went through his chest like rotted roofing, that is that is more descriptive than saying he was really weak.
Yep.
Okay. But I had found myself, and I've just developed an aversion to adverbs, but I've been using them in a lot of my comments lately. Now we're back to Facebook again, and this is not going to be the topic for today, but I just got to get this off my chest. And
mini rant.
I know you and me were laughing about this, and you got some of the same things that happened to you. But I did a video and I posted it as a short, and it's got millions of views on Facebook. And when I filmed it, it was of the Yappa. It was running a good-sized log through the perfect split. And this was right when YouTube increased the time limit for shorts. So it's a 2-minute short instead of 1 minute.
Yeah.
So it's just 2 minutes of me running this big log. So I filmed it and it looked cool. I thought it would make a great short, and I didn't know what the title could have been. So I watched this video again, and I counted as the machine was working. I counted every stick of firewood that came off the splitter in 2 minutes.
Yep.
And I counted 112 pieces with my own eyes. So I watched it a couple more times just to make sure I was right. And it was 112 pieces. So I posted the video, and the title was 112 sticks of firewood in 2 minutes. Okay. What do you think, Dan, was the majority of my comments? And we're talking thousands of comments on this video. What do you think was the most popular comment on this video?
I know it won't be good job, nice work, excellent, but it's going to be, I'm guessing, wrong, not a chance. Didn't happen.
Yeah. The people are saying you should learn how to count, there's no way there was 112 pieces. The one guy said, yeah, more like 8. And I didn't know if they were just trolling me or something. But these comments kept coming up and coming up and coming up. And I would reply with like, gee, if only I could provide video evidence.
Yes. If only I had footage to show.
Yeah, if only I had video footage to prove that this actually happened. And that's where I had found myself using adverbs. I was going, I literally gave you a video showing 112 pieces of firewood being made in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I typed literally like 100 times. I literally just gave you a video showing this.
You can basically watch the video and see.
As you can see.
As you can see in
the
video.
Literally basically gave you a video showing this. Yeah. So I even did it again. I keep getting comments, and I watched it again. And sure enough, it comes to 112. Yappa, the company from Finland, reposted my video on their own social media, and they got the exact same comments. People were saying that this is impossible. There's no way that there's 112 pieces in 2 minutes.
That is a high number to count, though. I have to say, in defense
well, it was
of
for me.
Yes, I mean that is counting to 112 in 2 minutes. That might be a tough task for some people.
Well, it gets a little easier with that perfect split, because every time that arm runs, you get 4 pieces until, you get to that very last piece that
Yep.
may just lay in the trough. But even then, I gave it the benefit of the doubt because it split that last piece in half and made 2 pieces, and I would count it as 1
Oh.
because, yeah, it was just
Yep.
because if I were not going for speed, I would have opened the lid and pulled that piece out and kept it big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I did. I and yeah, so that was my experience. Now, it also I had another one. I had another one on
Oh
Facebook.
boy. Jeez.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, excuse me. The guy says there were comments like, "What's the fastest that this could make, a cord of firewood?" And I said, "I once made 1 cord of firewood in 17 minutes." I said, it did not have the perfect split. I put the traditional knives in. So this guy replies and he says that is impossible for
Yep.
a bar and chain processor to make a cord of firewood in 17 minutes. So I have a video from, a couple years back where I made, and I have it right on video, unedited, uninterrupted, of a full cord made in 17 minutes.
Real
Okay.
time.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I posted it. I posted it to his comment, and I said, "Here." I taunted him. I said, "Here you go. After you watch this, I'll accept your apology."
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. So he didn't believe it. He said it's impossible. He says there's no way a bar and chain processor can make a cord of firewood that fast.
Yep.
I was
Not
like,
gonna
well, I
happen.
don't. Yeah, I literally, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you. I don't know what to say. Here's video. Here's video proof.
Those things don't matter, Joe. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, facts do not matter.
yeah. And people get hung up on the speed anyways too. My point is, if it makes it, if you can make a chord in an hour or whatever, isn't that fast enough?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? I don't know. I don't have a bottomless pit for logs, and it just seems to me, people would say that's too slow because the perfect split, will have multiple passes per log.
Yes.
And that's inefficient. The guy would say, "That's bad design," he said. And I replied, "That is literally the way this is designed." Yeah.
Now, let me ask you though,
Yeah.
when you posted the 112 pieces in 2 minutes, were you was your intent to get that doubt, or were you
No.
just stating, "Hey, here's what happened, 112 pieces, 2 minutes"?
Yeah. I just thought it
Yeah.
was cool. You know?
Yeah.
And I would think, some of these bigger processors could probably make more than that, pushing something through a 24-inch knife, a bigger
Yeah.
diameter log.
Yep.
But we all know the trade-off with my processor. It doesn't run big logs, but that's fine because I couldn't afford a processor that could run bigger logs. Number two, we don't get big logs in the firewood market out here in my area. So why would I want a processor that can run giant logs? So mine runs a 16-inch max. And what's the hurry? The trade-off for me is I have no resplitting, and it's making a finished product right off the knife every time.
Consistent, perfect splits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had this machine now, I think we're going on 3 years. I have never once had to resplit a single log that came off this machine. Not a
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
Yep. See, I was just asking about that intent because, like, I will post for reaction.
Yes.
Just
Do some of those involve your wife?
yes, I will because that's the name of the game, and so like it's fun to bring this stuff up, and just so I like making people aware of the fact that like when you see content on social media, go to the comments because sometimes that's more entertaining than the
Totally agree.
actual piece of content.
Yeah, totally agree.
It's a lot of fun.
I have always stood by my statement that I don't view myself as a controversial person, and my posts, I don't know. I thought the one that I did with where I was wrapping single sticks of firewood, I didn't even think of that as controversial. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
And, that's where
humor.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna do this again. These people are crazy."
Nah.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
how you do it, because I know your videos, you get some pretty angry comments.
Yeah. It's always my favorite comment is, "You're just doing this for the views." And when you think of it, every single post on social media, doesn't matter the platform, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter who, is for views. You know,
Yeah.
you don't post a picture of your kid's birthday party to all your friends and family to not be seen. You're doing everything for the view. Like,
Yeah.
that's the point of social
Yeah.
media.
It's totally true. Yeah.
So,
That's like, I love these channels too that, they'll say, "I'm not doing this for the views. I'm not
yeah,
doing this
yeah.
for any type of notoriety."
Then don't
Or they'll
post it.
say, "Yeah, and I'm not doing this because I'm not looking for subscribers or views, but please like and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button."
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's it's fun. We're all
Or
we're
the
all
one
we're just having
you
fun.
sent me the one video. The guy was bragging about how he's not doing this for the money. He's doing this to educate people, and he just hates these channels that just do stuff for the money. And this guy has like this big online store, and he
Yep.
has he has paid memberships and stuff.
Affiliate
Come,
linking and all
yeah,
that stuff.
come,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not doing it for the money.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, but please, if you like the shirts that I'm wearing, go visit my store.
Oh, one day.
Oh
What
my
what's that
god,
saying?
yeah.
One day this will all make sense. Isn't that
One
what you
day this will
you,
all make sense, Dan.
you keep telling
Yeah.
telling me? Yeah.
I think you and me are each other's psychologist.
Oh, yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of good stuff out there. But that's I
Yeah.
mean, these people
What can
that
you do though? You know?
yeah, the people that get into, they're always I think there's like a certain I don't know, people just have something that they always want to prove that you're wrong. Like, yeah, or somebody, yeah, whoever they're, if they're watching something, they want to prove it's wrong, or they want to bring
Yeah.
something out and show that it's, I don't know. I just find that stuff funny. It's like,
It I find it odd, when you provide evidence. I here's the video, and they don't accept it.
no, that's
Yeah, it's
not.
kind of weird.
And then that's the other thing is like, like, okay, if it wasn't 112 pieces, how many did you count? Like, okay, how many
Yeah.
was it? What
Yeah.
was the count
Well,
in 2 minutes?
well, the one guy said he counted 8. I was like, with all due respect, what planet are you living on where yeah,
Yeah.
where there's 8 pieces of firewood? What the heck? Oh, wow. Yeah.
Is that in the
Well, I
first
had it
2 seconds that you watched and that's all you watched?
I don't know. Must have been. I had it where I do a video where I talk about loading a half a cord of firewood into my truck. And the guys will say, that's impossible. You can't fit a half cord of firewood in your truck, in a half-ton truck, 8-foot bed. And I give the math, and I broke it
Yeah.
all down. 1.3 feet, which is a 16-inch stick, 2 feet tall, 5 feet wide, times 5 rows equals, and they'll say, nope, it's
Nope.
impossible to do that.
Yep.
As I am, and then here we are back to the adverbs. I'm literally giving you the math.
Yeah. It adds up.
Yeah.
It
As you
does.
can see, I am literally giving you the math, and here are your 5 rows in my truck. Okay.
Yep.
Math don't lie. Yeah. Well, Dan, that was on my mind about being you being my psychologist here, helping me with this.
Well, like I said, I think that's the one side of social media that just doesn't get as much appreciation as it should, is the comments left
Yeah.
by others. And I mean, I know some people read through them, but sometimes it's hilarious, the stuff that
Yeah.
you'll see people leaving.
There are a lot. These people are funny. When you watch like just a different video about something, it'll be like on a news channel, just something bizarre happened, and some of these comments these people make, they should be professional comedy writers.
Yeah. Well,
They're
that's
funny.
Yeah, see, but that's the other side of it, is that you can never get a sense of the context of the comment. So, like when I reply to comments, I'm always doing it in kind of a, joking, kind of
Uh
smart aleck way. But then I think it comes across as me being serious. So then that it triggers the whole,
huh.
you know, people getting the keyboard warrior comes out in a minute. It just turns into a back and forth thread. And, it's like, I
Yeah.
had a guy that, he said, "I'm unfollowing you," and I said, "Oh no, sorry, this isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure." And then he came back, and I don't know this, and just started saying all this stuff, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I thought you weren't following me anymore." Like, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
So good times,
Yeah.
good times.
I think what is missing from social media is a sarcasm emoji, because
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it's hard to pick up. Like I got caught on it too, because I obviously my whole channel is satire, and a lot of my comments and stuff are satire as well. And I did that video of me loading my truck, and I talked about value added delivery and how we hand load the truck and make it look pretty when the customer shows up. And this guy, he starts saying, I don't believe any of this. A steak is a steak, you know, and a hamburger is a hamburger. And I reply to him, I go, "Are you trolling me or are you being serious?" And he replies with LOL. He says, "You're the one that usually are the ironic one." And here he was just jerking my chain, which I thought was funny, but I didn't know if he was being serious or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's tough to. I know there was. I'm just thinking. I think YouTube has where you can reply to comments with a short and a video. So, and I think on TikTok as well, you can like put the comment on the screen. So that kind of gives you a better, I guess, opportunity to kind of sense if there's sarcasm, in your reply or not. But when you just read the words typed out, yeah, people sometimes just it's just
Yeah.
it's like they're looking to get into an argument, like they want, you know, to
Yeah.
have
And
that
then a lot
happen.
of comments sometimes too just seem like they were a waste of time to even type. Like this one guy, when I was showing how I deliver firewood, he replies, "I would never buy your firewood. I don't care how it was made or where, if it was stacked or left in a pile. I don't care about anything but the price," he said.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't write up a letter and send it to Subaru and telling them that I would never buy your cars because they just don't appeal to me. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's it's fun stuff. Good. I mean,
Yeah.
and but the problem is that I found anyway that once they always say reply to your comments. You should interact with your audience, but I find sometimes that when I do engage with the comments, it just leads to like this never ending.
Yeah.
Who's going to get the last word? So I always make a rule that I'll reply once, and if then they keep coming back at me, I'm just done. I don't even engage again,
Uh-huh.
because it's not worth it.
I,
Not worth my
I'm
time.
yeah, I'm probably guilty of that, but the way I get notified for comments, I don't get notified when there is a reply to a reply. I have to stumble
Hmm.
upon it myself. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's a setting or whatever, but I probably go crazy with that.
And like I said, it's just like it will consume so much time, and then whatever comes of it, what is ever. It's just.
Yeah. And
uh,
you're just putting meaningless wear and tear on your keyboard.
yeah, meaningless clicks on the keyboard.
Yeah, that could have been more time where you could have been making more videos.
Oh, the best though still is like when people will leave like heated comments or replies,
Yeah.
and they have grammar or spelling errors, and you just have to call them out on it. But then you're the jerk. It's like like it's
Yeah.
funny because like somebody will leave a comment being a complete jerk to you, and then you point out that they can't spell your the right way, and then then you're the bad guy.
Oh
uh,
gosh. Yeah.
that's my favorite thing.
Yes. I think comments overall, I mean, that's really the heart and soul of social media, though, you know,
Yeah.
versus like watching a TV show on cable. There's no, you're just consuming it and that's it.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I
It's
do agree. But here's the interesting thing to me. Um, I see it. I don't know if it's just becomes too extreme for some people, or there's that. Don't you get the sense that your subscribers, the people that are regular viewers, they are committed, they are invested in you, and that's important, don't you know?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but then also too, when some people become angry um, about a video, where you think, come on, it's just a video. We're just talking about
yeah.
firewood.
Yeah. It's just yeah. It's just a post. It's just a video. It's just like, how does this really impact your day to day life? You know.
Uh-huh. I don't know if I'm explaining that correct, but some people, again, no, I can see when this happens to you because you try to like pull strings sometimes, but I've always said I don't see myself as controversial. I don't know. I'm not, out there trying to rabble rouse, but I'll occasionally get the comment where someone's really ticked off about something and they're threatening to quit me, or they said that they are quitting me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know how to take that sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
You have more experience than I do.
it goes back to that you never are going to please everyone all the time. So
Yeah.
if somebody feels that, I guess, moved by your content, that they feel they got to announce to you that they are leaving, so be it.
Yeah. I have, maybe it's because I've been hanging out with you for so long now, but I have gotten a little more firm with my comments to some people, where before I would just give a polite reply and then I would just ignore them. But now I'm kind of like saying, I'll do what I want,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep. Yeah. Are people, telling you what content to make or how to run your channel? It's like, hey, this is, this, I'm doing this the way I want to, and I
Yeah.
appreciate your feedback, but I'm not gonna do things that you want just because you want them, because how do you know that that's what everyone else wants? I mean, just
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me screw this up on my own. I don't need your help.
Yeah. The other thing I found that really will get the reaction, like, and this is the one thing, if you are in social media, if you're a content creator, the one thing that I think a lot of people miss out on is showing things that you do wrong. Like I was cutting a log up and I got my bar pinched, and so I put it out there. I put that little short video out there, and there was a ton of comments saying, "Yep, happens to everyone, happens to everyone." But then it was just like a barrage of, "What an idiot! Why would you even show this?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You don't know how to run a chainsaw."
Yeah.
But there's an example of knowing that that type of content is going to resonate and get engagement. So that's why you put it out there.
Yeah.
Like,
My
I don't
whole
need to be
channel is
told. I don't need to be told I'm an idiot. I know that.
my whole channel is about being wrong. So stand in line with those comments.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do a lot of things wrong.
I do everything wrong. Yeah.
It's funny
Even the
though.
stuff I do right, I did wrong.
And the other thing that I'm starting to find that's interesting to see is, as like my following, I guess, maybe grows, there are becoming more and more people who they will take it upon themselves to step in and call out the trolls when they see them. Like somebody will say, this was a waste of time, and it's like, well, why are you leaving a comment and continuing to waste your time? They'll actually like step in for me and go to bat against the trolls and leave comments that are like, then that's what else is fun to watch.
Right. Yep. Yeah, Dan. So I don't know. That was just something that came to mind. Every time I add an ly to an end of a word that I type, I go back to my creative writing class. But I was like, well, my professor didn't never envision social media. Okay,
No,
so
definitely not.
yeah,
Yeah,
I lit
it's
I literally gave you the video.
and now everyone that is listening to this podcast can literally go out and see these
Literally,
comments for themselves because they're everywhere.
yeah, they are. Yeah. All right, Dan. Well, this was fun. It's a fun way to spend a chilly day. You're still in minus temperatures up there in Wisconsin,
Yes, I am.
and we're
Yeah.
in single digits down here in Ohio. And it snowed all day yesterday. It's just there's no end to it, Dan.
Wow. Yeah, we're supposed to be warming up though. Next week I think in the 40s we're going to hit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm getting out
Yeah.
my swimsuit, my shorts.
Ugh. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, hopefully this episode was, entertaining and not boring for some people out there listening.
Yeah,
Because
boy.
sometimes we just, it's like we get together, we hit record, whatever on our mind. That's what we're talking about. So
Yeah. All right.
it
Good
is
enough
what
for
it
me.
is. If you didn't
Yeah.
like it, leave a comment, trolling us. And say,
And we'll post a video proving you wrong.
yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
All right,
Uh,
Dan, what do you say that we end today's episode of the Woodhounds podcast, the number one firewood podcast in the world?
I say strike up the band.
The band has been strucken.
Literally,
Literally, basically strucken.
as you can hear.
All right,
yes.
Dan. Let's tell everyone out there. Let's tell everyone out there to stay
safe
and comment
frequently, trollingly,
yeah,
positively,
and have
a great day.
basically.